How you doing? It's a Monday, President's Day. Is there anything accurate about this? 53 degrees, chance of a thunderstorm at 9:58 on the day of a new moon. I think the tide clock is right. Tide is running strong, T-Rex. How's your Monday? Just beautiful. Not even wearing a jacket. Light breeze from the southwest. How do we go from the 30s yesterday morning to the 50s this morning without any wind? Very little wind down near the ground, but a lot of wind up in the sky. A lot of fronts. 2 warm fronts went by last night. And now there's a cold front, you wouldn't know it, in northern New England with a little low on it. Although not much going on here. But the atmosphere is loaded and ready to fire. Rounds of storms from coast to coast. You can see the water coming in right before my very eyes right there. Good thing there's no storm right now. We've got a marsh flooding high tide going on. All right, so where do I start? It's in the 50s today. There's not much wind. But dual cold fronts coming in tonight. And at this time tomorrow, T-Rex, it may actually be snowing here. What? There's a clipper coming across the Midwest. The temperature in Canada is as cold as it's been pretty much all season. I saw -60 in Western Canada in December before that outbreak. But this time, 45 below zero south of Hudson Bay, 55 below zero north of Hudson Bay. That air is pressing south. And we've got warm to record warm across the southern United States, lifting north. And tomorrow is just a tiny little clipper that the high resolution NAM says is going to generate moderate to perhaps heavy snow from Connecticut to Cape Cod tomorrow morning. I mentioned on Friday when we were in the 50s, and then it snowed on Cape Cod that evening, and it actually stuck. I said, this must be some kind of shot across the bow. Incidentally, the new moon is called the worm moon. Do we have any worms? This is live. That's not deep enough. But this is the first time I've done this so far, so delve into that later. I did not plant my peas over the weekend. I put up that flag, so things were getting done. And there's no rest from the weather. I want to show you the 500 millibar flow for the northern western hemisphere. Look at the energy coming down from Alaska to California with upper cutoffs, not 1, not 2, but 3 that take air from east of Hawaii, where it did snow in the mountains there last week. And so that rich Pacific air charges across the southern United States. At the same time, you've got an Arctic flow coming into southeastern Canada, and one after another storm coming across the nation. This morning, all the action really is west. You've got the first blizzard warning of the week posted in Wyoming. So it's going to be coast to coast, and as they like to say on TV, millions at risk of heavy weather. Hey, there's a robin. Hello, robin. I haven't seen them much this winter, but they usually do stick around for the winter. They love to eat the fermenting berries, so watch for buzzed robins buzzing around your yard. I don't know what's going on down there. And I did get some of those pussy willows yesterday. Sorry, so distracted. Anyhow, it's going to be a really active pattern. Tomorrow, some surprise snow. Huge snowflakes are possible. And then Wednesday, now we're starting to connect it. Look at the map for Wednesday. It's from coast to coast, snowing from Washington, D.C., or rain or snow, all the way to Washington State. More blue on that map for Wednesday than any other day I can remember. Green, too, a lot of rain. So there'll be severe weather, too, this week. Real active pattern. So Wednesday here in the Northeast, we're probably quiet for a time in between the little system tomorrow and the much bigger system Wednesday night. And then Thursday, real tough rain snow line. Go to someone else for the rain snow line. I'll just tell you that the mountains from New York across Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine are going to get 6 to 12 inches of snow with decreasing density as you go to the Canadian border. And that's one round, and then maybe Friday off. And then it looks like there had been a system forecast for Saturday. Now, not so much, but you can't really rely on the more than 36-hour forecast in this pattern. Really, minor adjustments north and south have huge impact on the weather when you have a gradient of sub-zero near Lake Superior and close to 85 near New Orleans. Is it party time in New Orleans? And each perturbation rippling along. So essentially, it's going to rain and or snow here every day, starting with showers tonight, right in through the end of February. I didn't look for any extreme bombogenesis. I was focusing more today on sort of that 500 millibar flow and just how exciting this week is going to be. Net gain of double-digit snowfall from coast to coast. The mountains in California look like more like 5 to 8 feet. Here in the Northeast, probably 1 to 3 feet as we get to March 1st. There's probably a lot more I should have talked about, but it's Monday. It's a holiday. I know you want to get some things done. So leave you there. Talk again in more depth tomorrow about the stratospheric warming and the potential negative North Atlantic oscillation setting up tomorrow. Just past 4 o'clock, Sunday 19th, day before the new moon. The tide does not get much lower than this on the Fore River. Fairly mild, little breeze out of the southwest. I think that's called Bass Rock right there. It's the most of it sticking out of the water I ever see. And then the mud flats off Howe's Neck. So there should be a similar high tide. Focus. A similar high tide tonight around 10, and then tomorrow midday. I have to watch the tides this week. This is all old knotweed. Not too good with my left hand, but you get the picture. Just walk out there and grab some of that. Sumac foreground, Pussy Willow background, cotton trail right overhead. Transplanted it on the deck. Should grow good. Copyright infringement. Racing to get sunset. Just missed it. Or not.